we are all in agreement that we now join up and sign up with National Super Alliance.
Daring in Bomet, Isaac Ruto now joins NASA to face off with Jubilee.
I do not fear, but I want fairness. This thing has been rigged upfront. It has been rigged upfront.
When the stakes are too high, chaos dominates Mogotio race in Baringo County. And President Kenyatta's brief public meeting in Kisumu County.
I can't say manage my own kidnapping. We need to discount the other side, whether it was political, but that one we leave to police.
Kijana yangu alipotea saa 5 za usiku na alikuwa huko Kamondo saa 1.
Also tonight, who is kidnapping political aspirants in central Kenya? Right, let's begin with Bomet Governor Isaac Ruto has now made it public that his Chama cha Mashinani party has joined the opposition National Super Alliance, NASA. The CCM party says it will back whoever will be picked as NASA's presidential flag bearer to take on Jubilee's candidate, President Uhuru Kenyatta. As Duncan Hayambana reports, this may be the biggest political gamble so far in this year's electioneering process.
For several months, all indications showed that Bomet Governor Isaac Kiprono Ruto would team up with the opposition, having severed links with the ruling Jubilee Party. And Tuesday evening, the radical governor finally confirmed the same after a day-long meeting with Kipsigis elders, among other groups.
And we are all in agreement that we now join up and sign up with National Super Alliance.
The writing was on the wall for all and sundry to see, given that the governor hosted the first ever NASA rally in Bomet, and the same will happen immediately NASA names their flag bearer.
We are not going there with any conditions as to who must be nominated. We will support any candidate that the rest of our colleagues agree.
That the first public rally of the NASA leaders and NASA supporters will be held in Bomet town on a date to be announced.
For over 3 years, Governor Ruto and Jubilee top leadership have been embroiled in never-ending political supremacy wars, ostensibly with Deputy President William Ruto.
Matatizo tuko nayo katika ujenzi wa Bomet ni kwamba yule jamaa wa mkutano itakwisha anasema ya kwamba anataka iwekwe mahali ya takataka. Kwa kichwa yake takataka ni muhimu kuliko masomo ya university ya watoto wa Bomet.
Jubilee, we have had engagements with Jubilee, and their engagements have included calling us Chama cha Mashimoni, Chama cha Mashetani, Chama cha Mashakani. They have also called us Takataka here. They have also abused us, and they have also abused other parties. We have found very uncouth language from the Jubilee group, and therefore we have no obligations to continue engaging with them.
Isaac Ruto's decision to join NASA could be the biggest political gamble he has taken. The Jubilee machinery will now be treating him ruthlessly as part of the opposition as he seeks to defend his seat as Bomet governor. National Assembly Deputy Speaker Joyce Laboso and former Konoin Member of Parliament Julius Kones are top contenders for Jubilee's ticket, and whoever wins after Friday's nomination will meet the already waiting Chama cha Mashinani candidate Governor Ruto. Apart from Bomet, CCM will also field a candidate for Nakuru County Governor's position, who will, by extension, be NASA's candidate. Duncan Hemba, KTN.
And that story by Duncan forms the basis of a big question tonight. We are asking, do you think joining the National Super Alliance will reduce the chances of Isaac Ruto retaining his Bomet governor's seat? Do you think joining NASA will reduce Ruto Isaac's chances of retaining his seat as Governor Bomet County? Talk to us tonight at KTN News, at Sophia Wanuna, at KTN Kenya. Would love to hear from you tonight. Now, there was drama at a meeting convened by aspirants from Baringo County. Kicks and blows ruled the day after various parties disagreed on the proposed list of presiding officers ahead of the Jubilee Party primaries that are set for Friday. Victor Gale has more details.
Let me say, no, that's a lie. Professor, you can't lie. You're a professor. Don't lie. I never don't lie. Let me say something.
Mogotio Member of Parliament, Professor Helen Sambili, raising grievances over the list of presiding officers stayed to take part in the forthcoming Jubilee Party primaries, accusing his opponent, Dr. Daniel Tuituwek, of having a hand in the selection of the presiding officers. A meeting that was convened by aspirants from Baringo to discuss on the issue of the presiding officers turned out to being a confused session, with different quarters exchanging kicks and blows. Ruben Kiborek, who is vying for the Mogotio parliamentary seat, was seen exchanging blows with Dr. Tuituwek, which also caught up with the guard of the venue, who had tried to intervene by blocking Kiborek from accessing the main hall.
Some of these presiding officers, like in Kablogos, like in Kimworom, like in Kamar, they have said that we will make sure that Sambili will not come through. So I would like to say that it is not right. We do not respect that list.
People are called through SMSs. We just heard that there was training, and therefore we are here to come and be told the process, and once the process is complete, we need to go back and campaign, because the issues which are carrying some of us is on this and delaying us unnecessarily in this town is just issues between other constituencies, and they are so emotive that we may not be able to resolve.
It was to be applied online. Over 800 graduates for various levels applied, and none of those 800 was picked.
Yes.
And the list which was picked for North Baringo, they took members or people who had participated in elections 2013 belonging to Honorable Jeptumo,
yes,
the current incumbent, and put them in the list.
Because the party is clean, but somebody somewhere is trying to create confusion in Baringo. Yes. Baringo people are people of Jubilee Party. Yes. So we don't want you to come and rock us from within. Yes. So stop, and we are simply saying, whoever is in the board who has a vested interest should not participate in that board.
Moments later, the aspirants took to the streets of Kabarnet, accusing various sitting members of parliament and officials from the Baringo County government for the confusion.
No justice, no Jubilee! No justice, no Jubilee!
The aspirants were later allowed by the county election board to resolve the impending issues, with top on the agenda the selection of the presiding officers. However, hell broke loose. The Jubilee Party primaries are set for this Friday, the 21st of April, with a tough battle expected in the gubernatorial race between incumbent Benjamin Cheboy and Stanley Kiptis. Victor Gale, KTN News, Baringo County.
Now, President Uhuru Kenyatta has urged Kenyans to maintain peace during this electioneering period. He was speaking in Kisumu moments before presiding over the National Drama Festival State Gala at the Kisumu State Lodge. Here's Rashid Ronald with more details.
President Uhuru Kenyatta's convoy sneaked through Jaramogi Oginga Odinga from the Moi International Airport here in Kisumu, as residents of Kisumu lined up along the road to receive him. Uhuru will make a stop over at the Jaramogi Oginga Odinga roundabout to address the people.
Yangu ambayo inahimiza katika kila pahali ambapo nimeenda. Sisi zote tujue sisi ni Wanakenya. Kila Mkenya ako na haki ya kupiga kura vile apendavyo. Yako tu ni kuwauliza na kuhimiza amani.
At the Kisumu State Lodge, it was fun as the finalists in the just-ended Kenya National Drama Festivals displayed various talents. Among the guests here was Kisumu Governor Jack Ranguma and Karachuonyo MP James Rege. It was here that Uhuru urged for national cohesion.
Our unity determines our progress in the journey to make this country great. That journey, as you well know, is not without obstacles, but this festival finds us this year in a season of heated political activity as we prepare for the general election in August. But I believe we can all learn from our students who epitomize our unity in diversity. They remind us that despite our differences, that we are one.
Kisumu Governor Jack Ranguma asked President Uhuru to come to the rescue of Lake Victoria.
Ole Magoti pleaded with us to put a railway line to bring the cows from Masai Land to Kisumu. And for the sole purpose of bringing cows to feed on the water hyacinth. And I can tell you how happy I was that I have now an opportunity of removing the hyacinth from the lake, because I've been blamed as governor that I've been unable to remove it from this lake.
The president, who left for Nairobi later in the evening, had been expected to tour some parts of Western Kenya. Rashid Ronald, KTN News, in the county of Kisumu.
Right now, I want to talk ODM primaries, and joining us from the coastal county of Mombasa is our Murimi Mwangi. We'll be talking to him shortly, and also our Chris Thairu is standing by for us in Nyamira County, also talking to us in a moment about what is happening there. But let's begin with our Murimi Mwangi, and the ODM party has announced that the nominations that were set to take place in 5 coastal counties tomorrow have been postponed. Murimi Mwangi is in Mombasa County. He now joins us live. Murimi, ODM supporters were gearing up for these primaries. What exactly happened?
Good evening, Sophia. Well, the report from the ODM's National Elections Board has been that they postponed the exercise to assure the aspirants who participate in that particular party primaries that it will be free and fair, and that the results will be acceptable to all the candidates that participate in the exercise. But shortly after that announcement, I reached out to some aspirants vying on the ODM ticket in Kwale County, and most of them expressed a disappointment, with some arguing that the 3 days window preceding the Saturday primaries could be used to pre-rig the exercise even before that commences. And later I did reach out to the ODM party chairman here in Mombasa, and his statement was categorical that they have not yet received any electoral material ahead of that Saturday exercise, and that they will be expecting that to happen on Friday. And that, of course, was meant to allay fears of alleged preparations to interfere with the outcome of the ODM party primaries across 5 counties here at the coast, that being Mombasa, Kwale, Kilifi, Lamu, and Tana River. And therefore, the members of the ODM party that were set to participate in that exercise tomorrow will have to wait until Saturday, even as we understand that the Wiper party held their primaries here in Mombasa. Sophia.
All right, many thanks, Murimi. But there are also primaries conducted today by the Wiper party. What can you tell us about that?
Well, Sophia, there were reports of dissatisfaction among some of the aspirants that participated in the Wiper exercise, particularly here in Mombasa, where some of the candidates complained that they only came to learn about the location of the tallying center too late in time, with others arguing that there had been reports of tampering with the electoral material. But later I spoke to the Secretary General of the Wiper Party, the senator here, Hassan Omar, and he refuted any such claims. And it will be interesting looking forward to see if any complaints will be formally filed by the participants in that particular exercise, given that this is an opposition stronghold, and key parties to watch here are ODM and Wiper. Sophia.
All right. Thank you very much, Murimi Mwangi, live for us in Mombasa County. Now, the race for the ODM governorship ticket in Taita Taveta remained tense as the rivals John Ruto and Thomas Mwadegu fought to clear their names over the chaos at the tallying center. Our reporter Francis Mtalaki has been in Taita Taveta the whole day and now reports. All right, we'll be getting that story in just a bit. But let's take you now to Nyamira County, where Governor John Nyangarama is battling it out with West Mugirango MP James Gesami and the Kisii Golf Club chairman Dr. John Kumenda. Our senior political affairs reporter Chris Tyru tells us that voting in the Nyamira primaries is still ongoing as late as 15 minutes ago. And Chris is now joining us live from Nyamira County. Chris, where exactly are you and what is going on right now?
Well, a very good evening to you, Sophia, and I'm coming to you live from Nyamira Primary School, which is in West Mugirango constituency in Nyamira County. And at this polling center, which is one of the polling centers in Nyamira County, voting has just been concluded, but we, from here where I am, because of the weather is not very favorable, it has been raining the whole day up to now. There is a sizable crowd outside which continue to insist that they've not been given that chance to cast their ballot. But the officials have indicated that they've extended that time, of course, from 5 p.m. up to 9 p.m. And they're now ready to start tallying. Just behind me are officials still waiting for that process of tallying, and see, as I told you, is that the process has just been concluded, and the next step will be tallying the votes that has been casted since morning. Remember that since morning there have been issues, and this is being replicated in most of the polling centers in Nyamira County. Remember that during the day there were issues regarding on which voter registers to use, whether to use the party register or whether to use the IEBC register. And of course, in most of the polling centers are depending on which side that the voters were supporting, whether the side of the incumbent governor, that's John Nyangarama, or the rival, that is West Mugirango Member of Parliament, Dr. James Gesami. Well, they indicated that, well, they are ready not to continue casting their vote until their pleas are heard. But what we saw is that the officials of the party released an official communication indicating that what will be used is the official register of the party. Of course, that did not go down well with most of the supporters here on the ground. But all in all, the process had to continue. But I must confirm that in most of the polling centers, by at least 1 p.m., the process had not started. And secondly, the reason is that due to the weather condition here in Nyamira County, in the distribution of those ballot boxes and the ballot papers really took time before they're distributed to all the polling centers. And now this being replicated from most of the polling centers in Nyamira County. Of course, the tallying yet to start, and noting what we have been experiencing in most of the counties during the ODM primaries. Of course, it will be a long night to wait, but of course we are assuring our viewers that we'll be here to ensure that whoever will be elected or whoever will be nominated to fly that ODM ticket for that position of governor, of course, will be informing you, our viewers. Sophia.
All right, many thanks, Chris Tairu in Nyamira County for us. And as he said, here is where to stay. KTN News for all the updates as we get them from location. Now, 4 people were today arraigned in a Busia court with an arrest warrant being issued for the 5th person on charges of participating in election irregularities. The 5 are accused of being in possession of marked ballot papers meant to aid the election of Busia governorship aspirants Peter Ojamong and woman representative candidate Florence Mutua. Funyula MP Paul Otuama has vowed he will not take part in the repeat ODM nominations in Teso North and Teso South constituencies set for Tuesday next week.
Even as ODM head office struggles to find a Solomonic decision on the outcome of Busia County governorship nomination, 5 people appeared before Busia resident magistrate J.N. Moragia, accused of being in possession of marked ballot papers in favor of Governor Peter Ojamong. The accused, Edgar Murunga, Gabriel Idewa, Stephen Angura, David Maende and Anthony Ajulu, pleaded not guilty. They were given a bond of between 1 million and 1.5 million shillings each, or a cash bail of between 500,000 and 700,000 shillings each. The case will be heard on Monday. On Sunday, Funyula MP Paul Otuama issued a 48-hour ultimatum to ODM's National Elections Board to hand him a certificate to contest for the governor's seat in the August 8th elections. Otuama was to lead supporters in making the Busia declaration this Tuesday, but KTN News learned that Otuama was instead summoned to Nairobi, where he met some party officials at an undisclosed location. Otuama did not respond to our calls or text messages to confirm status of the talks. But ODM Secretary General Dr. Agnes Zani says the party has been seized of the matter.
And what happened on the ground is still something that needs to be investigated further. We have our own tally audit systems that we will kick into place. There's a proposal that has been put to make a repeat, of which some member might not be willing and the other might not be willing. So we're going to put into place our mechanisms and we're going to find a way forward that is amicable to both the candidates.
The Elections Board has ordered for a repeat of the contested nominations in Teso South and Teso North constituencies, but Otuama said he will not participate in the rerun.
So I think that ruling was fair. And even if it was caught, they would have also said that you go for another nomination because there are anomalies. And that is exactly what the Pareno Committee did. And I really support it.
ODM Deputy Party Leader Wycliffe Oparanya agrees there were irregularities, but says Otuama should agree to a repeat. But elders from Busia think otherwise.
And it's because of that that we are here to tell the ODM Secretariat that they withdraw that certificate which they wrongfully gave to Ojamong immediately.
The elders gave advice should ODM dilly-dally.
We have given as elders Paul Otuama, Nyongesa, express permission, if not given that certificate, express permission to lead us to anywhere he will want us to go, so long as his name will appear on the ballot box on 8th of August.
We also sampled views from a section of residents of Busia on the impasse.
Na ushia ambao ninapatia Mheshimiwa Otuama, ujanja wa ODM tunaujua tangu mwanzo. Kama yeye ni mtu wa kusikia, atoke, achukue chama cha independent na watu wote watampatia kura Busia, kwa sababu vile wamemuona, watu wote wanaamini ya kwamba ataweza kufanya vizuri kuliko Ojamong.
Mfano mzuri ulifanyika Lego Usonga, ambao ni ngome kuu ya Raila na ni Siaya County. Walinyima Omondi Mulwani ticket 2013, wakampa Inda ambao alikuwa namba 3. Omondi Mulwani alisimama na Wiper na akashinda na kura nyingi na ni mbunge mpaka leo.
Na wengi kama watu wa ODM wakati hii tumegeuka, tutapigia Otuama kama Otuama, si kama ODM.
Pate Kamimo, KTN News.